everyone. It's your big sister Chiquis, and you've reached my personal voicemail box for the Dear Chiquis podcast. I'm here to give you advice on anything and everything you need help with, whether you're going through a breakup or having issues with your family, or maybe you have a question about my personal life. Whatever the case is, I want to hear from you. Remember, these are my thoughts and my opinions, and if you're suffering from a serious issue or hardship, you should seek help from a qualified professional. All right, now go ahead and leave your message at the sound of the beep.
Hi, Chiquis. I wanted to ask, what would you do in my situation? So I've been with my boyfriend almost 6 years. I have always asked him, when are we moving in together? Last time he told me in 6 months. Never happened. And now my son didn't used to sleep in his own room. I have my own place. Now that he does, he is now staying with me, spending the night over at my house every night. And when it used to be only when the kids were not home, because they would go with their dad. What would you do now that he's spending the night every night? He only goes to his house to change, to get ready for work. And when he's off work, he comes and spends the night at my house, leaves in the morning to get ready for work. But now in a situation as to we're basically living together, but not really, because he's at his house paying his own rent. I'm at my house paying my own rent, but he sleeps with me. I don't know what to do. And every time I bring up the situation, it's your baby daddy is on the way. I don't want to deal with that. Oh, please.
Oh, Maria. Okay. Well, thank you, first of all, for trusting me to give you advice. I promise to give you the best advice from the bottom of my heart. This doesn't sit right with me because he knew when he started dating you, you have a baby daddy. You have children. So it's not a valid excuse. That's one. Two, he just doesn't want to make it official. You guys are basically living together. It's almost like he wants to have his cake and eat it too. And that's not cool. You want to sleep here and use my water and my electricity and all that stuff, but you don't want to contribute. Is he helping you financially? That's important to know. I think this conversation needs to be had as soon as possible because you're going to start resenting him and tension is going to build up. So you need to be straight up. If you want to stay with him, cool. We can stay together, but you live in your home, I live in my home. But if that's not what you want, Maria, you need to be clear with that and about that. You need to say, this is how I want it. This is what I want. At this point of our relationship, you keep avoiding it. Are you afraid of commitment? Is that too much of a title? Oh, we live together. That's another thing, because that's a whole other situation. So you have to decide, do I want to stay with this person? He's not fully committing. Or do I say, here's the ultimatum? Because you have to respect yourself and your feelings and your family, your children as well. That's your home. That's your sacred space. And he just wants to come in whenever it's convenient. I don't agree with that. I understand and I completely validate your feelings. So you're not crazy for feeling the way that you're feeling. And the only way he's going to respect you is if you respect yourself first. And you're very clear with what you want and what you're not going to tolerate. So that's the best advice I can give you. I'm not telling you what to do. I can't tell you to leave him, but something's not sitting right and you feel it too because that's your intuition. Your intuition told you, let me ask Chiquis. And that's already an indication of something's not right here. So I'm not saying he's with anyone else. It's just I think he's afraid of commitment. Let's figure out what that is and why. But using the baby daddy as an excuse, it's like, dude, he's going to be in the way for the rest of my life and my children's lives. You knew what you were getting yourself into when you started dating me. Like, we are not going there. So don't let him gaslight you like that, please. That really upsets me because it's like you're not taking accountability. You want to point fingers at everything else instead of saying, you know what? I'm scared of commitment. I don't want to move in. I don't want to help pay the bills. Whatever it may be, he's just using excuses. But the point is, figure out what you really want and stick to that. Stick to it. Or just say, hey, you can spend the night on the weekends. That's it. When the kids aren't here, you know, we have to wake up early for school, etc. Like you have to figure that out, but only you know. So I hope it works out, Maria. Please keep me updated. I want to know what you decided. And I hope it works out because I know that must torment you emotionally and mentally. So hope it gets better, babe. Sending you a big, big hug, a big hug. Okay, guys, moving on to an anonymous listener. Let's see.
Hi, Chiquis. I had a question about your two latest songs. For the song Pa Mi Gente, how did you come up with the people's name, like the Lupita, Ricardo, Martina? And for the song titled Phoenix, what made you choose the title? It sounds like Feliz, which I love. E Also, the song is so different and powerful. You're doing your thing, girl. I love it. Now, for my final question. Well, not mine's, my daughter's. Little Miss Gabby has a final question for you.
Hi, Chiquis. I have a question for you, and what's your favorite Disney character? And I love you.
Oh.
Bye.
Oh my gosh, she just melted my heart. Oh, how cute. I think Gabby is her name. Gabby. Oh, thank you for your question, Mom. I'm going to start with Gabby, okay? Because she asked me about my favorite Disney character. You know what's funny? My very first favorite princess was Pocahontas, then Ariel, and then Lion King. So if I had to choose one right now, it's Pocahontas, just because I just recently watched the movie and I just watched it with different eyes, with like a grown-up heart. So I love Pocahontas, and I love everything Disney, Mama. I love Disney. It makes me so happy. And thank you for your question. Oh, your little voice. I'm sending you a little kissy. A lot of kisses. And now for your mommy, our anonymous listener here. Okay, so Pa Mi Gente, we chose, I didn't even choose specific names. I wasn't like, oh, I want it to be Lupita. It just also had to kind of rhyme. Certain syllables are important when you're writing songs. And also I wanted it to be more of like a John Smith sort of thing, where it kind of fits everyone, because we're all Lupitas, we're all Martinas, we're even Ricardos, you know? So that was the idea, I guess, of like the whole song. I wanted it to be kind of like for all of us in a way, even if your name isn't Lupita. So yeah, I wasn't like specific to a person or anyone in my life or anything like that. People have asked me that. But no, that's I would be lying if I said yes to that. And then Phoenix, well, Phoenix is from Phoenix, the bird Phoenix. And we just called it Phoenix, you know, because in Spanish and it looks cool. It was actually called Mírame first, because it's like, Mírame, no soy la misma de antes. Mírame, que mi voz es más fuerte. So that's like the chorus. So it was called Mírame. But one day I was at the gym working out, and obviously, right? Working out at the gym. Yes, I was working out. And I was listening to the song, as I usually do, because I'm like, okay, is there anything I want to change? Like I've become very picky with my music, especially this music. So I started imagining and visualizing, because I'm a very visual person. Like, what do I want the visuals to be, or the visualizer, or the lyric video, the music video? And I saw myself as a bird. I was like, I'm flying. I feel like I'm flying in this song, but I also hear a horse. And I was like, you know what? I was like, wait, the lyrics say that I had to fall and get back up. O sea, tuve que caer para renacer y desde las cenizas encontrarme otra vez. So that's what a phoenix does, you know? So look it up and see what a phoenix symbolizes. It's spelled like Phoenix, Arizona, Phoenix, you know? So yeah, that's why I named it Phoenix. It doesn't even say Phoenix in there at all anywhere, but it's just that feeling that I got when I heard the song, and it's just my rebirth. And now I'm flying and I'm soaring in the best way I possibly can right now, you know, because I died to my old self, to ego. So anyway, thank you so much for your question. I appreciate it. Thank you for listening to my music. I'm so grateful. Thank you. Thank you. A kiss to you and little Gabby. All right, our last question comes from Amneer.
Hi, Chiquis. My name is Amneer, Amneer, just in case. So my first question is, are you ever gonna release vinyls? I have a huge vinyl collection, and girl, I need the Abeja Reina vinyl so bad, because I know that shit would slay. And then let me just say real quick that I actually went to the Abeja Reina tour and the Diamantes tour in Arizona, and I met you in the Abeja Reina tour, and you were so sweet. I love you so much. You know when they say you should never meet your idols? I am so happy that I met you. You are the sweetest person, so genuine, so humble. I love you. You're amazing. Okay, so now what I want to tell you is, so let me preface by saying that I am a gay man, and I have this quote unquote homegirl, you know what I mean? And I have noticed that these past couple of months, I feel like she's in like some sort of competition with me. Like when it comes to guys, like if I talk to a guy or I get a guy's number, she'll be like, "Oh, how'd you pull that? Like, why didn't you look at me?" And I'm like, "Girl, shit, I don't know." Or if I post like on my social media, like a specific drink or a specific item, brand, whatever, she comes out the next day with the same product I just had. And it's a little weird to me. How would you navigate the situation?
Oh, Amneer, thank you so much for your question. I love your name, by the way. Thank you for spelling it out for us. I appreciate that. And I'm so glad that you met me, and thank you for those beautiful words. That makes me feel good because I've met some of my idols and I was very disappointed, actually. It made me really, really sad. So I used to think that I'm like, yeah, don't ever meet your idols as a fan and even as an artist. But hearing you say that, I'm just like, you know what? There are nice people out there. So thank you for that confirmation. It makes me really happy. I appreciate it. And yes, as far as vinyls, we were just talking about that with my siblings because we're going to come out with a vinyl for my mom, one of her new albums that we're going to be dropping soon. And I thought about it. I was like, I need another vinyl. Like I just came out with one, but you're right. Abeja Reina is such like a classic. I feel it's like going to be one of the songs that just represents me for the rest of my life. So I think there's something there. I might surprise you. It takes 6 months to create and finalize. The process is 6 months for a vinyl. So maybe for next Christmas. But thank you. I definitely will keep that in mind and make it happen for you guys. And as far as your homegirl, look, babe, it looks like she admires you. She may be a little bit jealous, but it's probably because she's a little insecure about herself. She hasn't grown into her most confident self, and that's okay. It takes time. If she's not deliberately trying to hurt you, I wouldn't, let it bother you too much. It just looks like she's a little insecure and she admires you. I would see it that way. Like she admires me. She thinks I'm cool, but she won't say it. I personally wouldn't want that type of friend around me. I don't know. She could be a really good person. But at this point in my life, mind you, I'm 40. You sound younger. For me, I would just want people that are going to uplift me. And I want to uplift my friends. So I wouldn't deal with it. I would talk to her about it, like, hey, what's going on? Like, you're making me feel uncomfortable and I don't like how it's making me feel. And I think you need to bring it up. If this relationship and this friendship is important to you, definitely bring it up and address it and how it's making you feel. And hopefully she changes. And if she doesn't and she gets upset, then that's your answer. We're not meant to be friends. But yeah, I would have the conversation before letting them go or just make space. It all just depends. But if she's not hurting you and she's not being mean and doing things behind your back and talking behind your back, bad things, I wouldn't let it bother me so much. But if it's getting out of hand, it's definitely always better to talk. Hablando se entiende la gente. So just say your piece, say how she's making you feel, and go from there. But a friend should always be celebrating you and hyping you up. You need a hype woman, a hype girl. Not someone that's like, oh, why did they look at you and not me? Like that's kind of, I don't know. There's for sure jealousy. I think it's admiration disguised as jealousy. That's what I think. I don't know. I could be wrong, but that is my advice. So thank you, Papa. Thank you all for your questions. I'm so excited to hear from you guys. I'm so excited that you guys are loving my music. I love thinking about Disney characters. So thank you, little Gabby. You made me so happy. And if you have a question, remember, I am here like a big sister, like a bestie to answer any question you may have on your heart. And I promise to give you the best advice I possibly can because I want the best for you. So leave your question at speakpipe.com/Chiquis and Chill podcast. I'll see you on the next episode, okay? Besitos. This is a production of iHeartRadio and the My Cultura Podcast Network. Follow us on Instagram at My Cultura Podcast and follow me, Chiquis, that's CHIQUIS. For more podcasts from iHeart, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast.